उमाकान्ताय कामितार्थप्रदायिने श्रीगिरीशाय देवाय मल्लिनाथाय मङ्गलम्. In this video, we will see the second part of Parvati Kand of Rudra Samhita. Birth of Tarakasur and his penance. Varanji gave birth to Tarakasur, the valiant and brave demon. After he grew up, Tarakasur went to Madhuvan to do penance. Becoming pleased by his penance, Lord Brahma appeared before him. Tarakasura demanded two boons. There should be no man as powerful as him, and except Shiva's son, nobody should be able to kill him. Lord Brahma blessed him. After receiving the boons, Tarakasura returned back to Ronitpur and was crowned as the king by Shukracharya. He then defeated the deities and drove them out from the heaven. The deities went to Lord Brahma to seek his help. Brahma revealed to the deities that Tarakasura could be killed only by such a person whose parents are Shiva and Parvati. He also advised them to make effort so that Shiva agrees to marry Parvati. Lord Brahma then went to Tarakasura, who had now become the king of heaven, and tried to convince him to return it back to the deities. Tarakasura agreed to leave the heaven and give it back to the deities. The deities went back to heaven. Kamadeva reduced to ashes by Shiva. Lord Brahma told Narada that the deities decided to send Kamadeva to influence Lord Shiva so that marriage between him and Parvati takes place. Indra instructed Kamadeva to arouse passion in Lord Shiva so that he agrees to marry Parvati. Kamadeva, accompanied by his wife Rati, went to Lord Shiva to accomplish his mission. After reaching the place where Lord Shiva was engrossed in his meditation, Kamadeva made repeated attempts to arouse passion in the heart of Lord Shiva, but his actions were of no avail. Right then, Kamadeva saw Parvati arriving accompanied by her companions. Kamadeva struck Lord Shiva with his Kamabana, which did have a deep impact on him. Lord Shiva was struck by the awesome beauty of Parvati. Later on, he realized that it was an act of Kamadeva. Before the deities could come to his rescue, the third eye of Lord Shiva got opened and Kamadeva was reduced to ashes. Rati, the wife of Kamadeva, wept inconsolably. After that, the deities went near Lord Shiva and worshipped him. They told him that it was not the fault of Kamadeva as he had acted in accordance with the aspirations of the deities. They also told him the mystery of Tarakasura's death. The deities then requested him to make Kamadeva alive once again. Lord Shiva told the deities that Kamadeva would take birth as the son of Krishna and Rukmini in the era of Dwapara. A demon by the name of Shambar would throw him off in the sea. He would kill the demon and marry Rati, who too would be living in a city near the sea. Lord Shiva's anger did not subside after the death of Kamadeva, and the whole world started to feel the wrath of Lord Shiva's fury. Lord Brahma then carried Shiva's fury to the sea and went to the sea. He requested the sea to possess it until the final annihilation. The sea agreed to do this. All the living creatures felt a sign of relief. Narada preaches and Parvati does penance. When Parvati reached her home, she became very sad as she was unable to bear the sorrow of Shiva's separation. Sage Narada then gave the 5-lettered mantra Om namah shivaya to her, and he also instructed her to do penance. Parvati went to the same place where Lord Shiva himself had done penance. This sacred place was situated at the Himalayas, from where the holy Ganges originated. She did penance for 3000 years by chanting the 5-lettered mantra Om namah shivaya and performing other kinds of austerities. Parvati's power created such heat in the atmosphere that the whole world started to burn. Lord Brahma, accompanied by all the deities, went to Vishnu. They visited the place where Parvati was doing her penance. All of them went to Lord Shiva and made salutations to him. Lord Vishnu then revealed to him that how distressed and tormented were the deities by the activities of the demon Tarakasur. He also told Shiva that he could be killed by such a person who is born out of the parentage of Shiva and Parvati. Lord Vishnu then told Shiva about Parvati's penance. Initially, Lord Shiva refused to comply with their request, but when the deities continued with their insistence, he ultimately gave his consent. Parvati's love for Shiva tested by Saptarishis and Shiva. After the deities went back, Lord Shiva summoned the Saptarishis and instructed them to test Parvati's love for him. The Saptarishis went to Parvati and tested her resolve to marry Lord Shiva. They tried to deter her by all means, but Parvati was firm in her resolve. They went back to Lord Shiva and narrated the whole story. Lord Shiva then himself went to Parvati in the guise of a Brahmin. Lord Shiva, who was in the guise of a Brahmin, started cursing Shiva to see how Parvati reacted to it. Parvati replied that in spite of her penance, Shiva did not appear, so she has decided to give up her life in burning fire. After saying like this, Parvati requested the Brahmin to go back, and she herself entered into the burning fire but remained unharmed. Lord Shiva was very pleased to see her firm resolve and devotion. Lord Shiva revealed his true identity and held her hand. Parvati became very pleased and her heart was filled up with extreme joy. She requested him to take to her father regarding their marriage. Lord Shiva agreed. In the next video, we will see the remaining part of Parvati Kand. Om Namah Shivaya.